I always wanted to make movies when I was a kid. When I got my very first video camera in 2003, I had made several attempts, never made it into YouTube because YouTube did not exist at the time, and some of the stuff is lost forever. Some of them I needs to be lost forever, and some of them I kind of wish stayed because I tried to make a Cowboy Bebop movie. Yeah, the anime series. I tried to make a live action movie before Netflix did, and it was so bad it was good. And then also had footage of Jack White juggling keys. And I've tried to do Star Wars, stop animation with Ninja Turtles, with Mario 64 music, and it didn't make any sense. But I finally got a movie to be on YouTube. And I love horror movies. So the movie, going back at it, was not very good. Unfortunately, I had no budget. I wasn't working at the time, and I didn't have anybody. If I lived in Michigan, I probably would have had at least 5 people to be in the film, but I was living in Ohio. I still am. Didn't really know anybody filmmaking wise yet. The only cast members was me, my brother, my stepdad, and my cousin. And that was the cast. And also a cameo from my cat. But it had no budget. It was done in... I would have to say it was done in 3 weeks. I'm not sure how long it actually took me. Did all the editing, did all the putting the music together, did half of the camera work. But what went wrong? For starters, I should have wrote down some of the stuff for the script. Because I had an idea, I had some of it down, and then I kind of went from there. A lot of personal issues was going on around that time, and also I had my stepdad quit during the end. We were supposed to do a few additional scenes, and he kind of refused to do it. And I was like, okay. Of course, no budget, and I literally, there's a scene at the end of the movie where my character gets stabbed with a screwdriver, and my cousin accidentally really did kind of stab me with the screwdriver, and that hurt like hell. And in the final cut of it, you actually, the one that I used, that was the one where he actually stabbed me kind of with it. Actually have a little poke. He didn't stab me like severely, but he definitely cut some of my skin when he poked me with it. Also, some of the acting was not the best. I know my brother, I was a little harsh on him. I feel bad about it now, but also the camera work was pretty terrible. To be honest, if I have to be critical on myself, the camera I was using, it like, you couldn't see what was going on through the thing anymore, and I just had to play it like, I had to look over it after I was done recording it because you couldn't see. With some of the lighting for the night scenes were god awful. The camera I would probably be using right now for the Canon would probably come out a lot clearer, but my trailers made it look good. But the movie itself, it's this guy who gets trapped. He gets kidnapped by a guy in a mask in the basement with 2 other people, and who are played by my stepdad and played by my brother. And the killer, who was played by me, my stepdad, and my cousin. My cousin at the end, which he if you offer him food or pizza, he'll do it. That's the one thing I like my cousin. He's like, okay. But I mean, sometimes wearing the mask was a little tight on him and a little tight on me. So, like, sometimes you could tell who is who. I mean, I think my cousin played the part pretty well for being the killer because, I mean, he does a pretty good job. He's very like the Michael Myers type in that movie, or Jason Voorhees. Mainly more of Michael Myers, but oh, and the big thing that killed me is I got the film. I was so proud of it. Gets over 1,000 views. I think it was like 1,040 views. I was so proud, so happy. Gets copyrighted. Music gets copyrighted, gets muted. Yes, I was using music from like Frank Sinatra, but still, come on. I think that was the music I got copyrighted for, or as the Beach Boys at the end. But I hate copyright, but that just ruined it. It basically got, the video was terminated. I had to terminate the video or my channel would probably go down. And then I put it back on YouTube and it kind of got copyrighted, but people can still see it. But looking back on it, it was a disaster, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was glad that I got the film done. But one day I'll make a true horror movie. Like, it was only like 40 minutes long too, and that's very short for a horror movie. But one day I will make a good horror movie. I'll come back to filmmaking, because I hadn't really made anything film-wise in a long time. Like, the last film thing I did was like two years ago. And that was episode 9 of the Bad Cops series. And that was almost like 3 years ago. So, yeah. I could say this, at least my film was done. At least I got it done. I got my project actually done. You know, some people's film projects don't even get their stuff done, and they spent years making it, and then their thing is totally scrapped. You know, it kind of sucks, but, well, I'm just glad that I was able to make it. It's a learning experience, I guess. I even tried to attempt to make a sequel, but I was like, didn't have the budget, didn't really have the cast. Around that time, I knew a few people that was into filmmaking. I'm just really nervous on trusting people with my ideas, and I don't want them to try to say, hey, give me more money, or, hey, I don't like your idea, let me force my idea onto yours, kind of thing. You know, I have a couple of horror projects that never got out, and I have like the trailers for it, but it's been like 5-6 years. But at least I got it out. And I even attempted to want to reboot it, which maybe I might reboot it. I still have the mask. I mean, I might not. I'll just probably scrap the entire original premise of the original and make it more Friday the 13th-ish or something, I guess. Because I think that might be a lot easier for me, I guess. And I won't be in it so much. I could only play the killer in a couple scenes, and I just full on direct with the camera behind the camera the whole time or something. Because due to my health issue, I'm having health issues too. That's another reason why I haven't been making a lot of film stuff outside of maybe some top 10 list or some video game videos, let's plays. But I really want to do films again, TV show stuff, but I haven't really been able to do that. And after the Try to Stay Alive film failure, it's kind of rough. But I mean, at least I got it done. It came out almost, let's see, in 2 years it'll be 10 years old. And my brother was only 10 when I made it, and I was only 22 21, jeez. When I made that, and my cousin was, yeah, he wasn't even an adult yet. He was like 16, 17. So we were really young making that. I mean, I've been trying to make films for almost 20 years, but as a kid, so I've been trying to do it for about 19 years. And so far, Bad Cops is the only semi-successful run that I've had so far in terms of the film stuff. Try to stay alive in the view-wise, it was. And it did have a lot of likes. It didn't really have a lot of dislikes. I think maybe only had like 7 or 9 dislikes out of like 48 likes or something. And the views were pretty good for considering I didn't even have over 1,000 subscribers yet. I didn't even think I had 200 yet when I posted that on YouTube those years ago. But, try to stay alive. If I had the budget and the cast, I probably would have made a decent movie. And maybe if I wasn't doing the camera work, I probably should have had like a professional camera guy or something, somebody who knows what they're doing with the camera, and just me directing it how it is. I'm not so great with the writing. I get really nervous when I write. Like, I feel like, my writing is terrible. The grammar mistakes and all that. I have low confidence in terms of my writing capabilities. But I really want to direct. But maybe someday I'll make another horror movie.